This is our 2021 Grand Canyon trip. We're going to go from Texas up to the Grand Canyon and back. Some of the things we're going to see on this trip, our stops are going to be Kilbourne Hole. We're going to do the Grand Canyon. We are going to see Sunset Crater, Meteor Crater, the Petrified Forest, and the Painted Desert. We're going to stop at Carlsbad Cavern and hopefully get some Jeep badges on the way. We're going to try to get Table Mesa Road Jeep badge, and we're going to try to get Schnebly Hill Jeep badge, and hopefully find some other adventures. But that's the trip. I hope you enjoy it. Let's get into it.
Okay, so this is the Jeep. We're going to try to clean up the dashboard. We got to do some vacuuming and maybe touch up the seats and get it ready for our trip in a little bit. So here we got all of our little munchkins and on the gig. We're going to take a camping trip, so we enlisted all the help we can get. If you're trying to get your cleaning done in less than 5 hours, I don't recommend it, but hey, they helped out, so grateful for that. Got this really nasty water in the bottom of our Jeep, which we're trying to get out, and we're going to use a shop vac for that. And we're going to take out our mats, clean them a little bit later outside of the vehicle, which is a lot easier to do. And yep, just get it all cleaned out.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is what we're looking at. It's pretty yucky. We're going to take this mat out, but gross. So let's rock and roll! Let's rock and roll! Alright, so here we are. It's a lot cleaner. We're a lot dirtier, but we cleaned out the bottom with basically just water and sponges, and then a little bit of 409 where we needed it, some scrapers, and then we cleaned out our pads, and now we're going to put them back in.
Overall, we're pretty happy with how it came out. Looks a lot cleaner here than it did. Seats got clean, a lot of dirt and grime off it. The dust and just dirt. The dashboard's got some life to it. This looks a lot better. Happy with the way it came out.
So basically, we wiped down all of the vinyl with either this or both, a combination. Cleaned off all the dust. And then we cleaned off our chairs and gave them a good coating of the protectant also.
We're really looking forward to our trip, and she's ready to go camping.
Alright, we're headed out. It's 6 in the morning. Surprise, surprise, that was our plan. And unlike any other family vacation we've ever been on, we are actually out. First stop, getting some gas, and we're headed out. We got our rig up here, Jeep, loaded it down with some of the camping gear. We got our tent on top. Cooler and food in the back.
Right now, what do we eat for breakfast?
Homemade banana nut muffins.
Homemade banana nut muffins and oatmeal raisin cookies that are delicious.
Oatmeal raisin cookies.
So that's where we are. We'll be stopping here in about half hour or so for our first stop.
Chris, what's that sound that we hear on the roof?
Pretty sure it's a strap. Strap for the tent. We strapped the tent on, and I did not put the end of the strap on, didn't tuck it away or tie it away, so now it's smacking on the top of the roof. And the worst part is we stopped to fix it right out of town, right when we left this morning, and I fixed one, but just left the tail again on the other strap. So Now here we are, 6 hours, 5 hours in, 4 hours in, some amount of hours in. Still ting, 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 ting. So if you hear that in the video, that's what it is. And when we stop, in 3 hours from now, I will fix it again. Actually fix it.
Fixing a strap, finally. We are at a roadside rest area because our kid needed to go to the bathroom. So we took advantage and we're gonna try to nail this thing down.
This is what I'm gonna do. I don't know if this is how I've done it, seen people do it, I don't know. But I'm gonna loosen my strap. And I'm just gonna stuff the extra under here and then tighten my strap back down. Only 1 or 2 clinks because it was already tight. And this doesn't ever move. We used to do it on bigger straps. I don't know if this is a good way. I'm gonna give it a try. I've seen it work. If you've got a better way, you can let me know. We literally just got back on the road and my strap was making way more noise than it was the last time. But now it stopped, so I don't know. I'm calling it a fix because it's not making the sound now, but literally when we got in, we were going like 30 miles an hour. But it stopped now, so.
All right, Chris. How many miles do we have on our thing till we're empty?
Low fuel light's been on for a while. It says 1 mile till empty. 1 mile till we're empty, and we are 4 or 5 miles to the closest gas station, we think. 0. It's officially 0. We made it. Perfect. Perfect. At about 3 o'clock on day 1, we pulled off the main road and headed out to see what Kilbourne Hole has to offer. Kilbourne Hole, we made it here. Just our little stop on the way to Deming. We're off the beaten path at this point, right, guys?
Yes.
We're just winging it at this point. No cell phone service, no GPS. Just
Keep your eyes on the road.
we're just doing it. We're kind of finding our way out of Kilbourne Volcano Hole here. We don't really know where we're going. We don't have our maps aren't loading right. I got some saved for offline, but we're still trying to navigate ourselves out of here.
So here we are. We had to go open a private gate to get on this road here.
I don't know if you can focus.
Chris is living the dream.
We're having fun.
Me? Not so much. Alright, so we came to some water in the road that we're not too sure about. Did not expect to have to take the Sequoia towing the Jeep through this, but so now we're trying to decide, should we unhook the Jeep, go through one at a time? Chris is trying to check the depth and stickiness of the mud. Hopefully we get out of here and get to our stop tonight.
We're going to unhook the Jeep, try to send the Jeep through, and then the Sequoia behind it. If the Sequoia gets stuck, then we can pull it out with the Jeep. That's the plan at this point. Alright, Sequoia's first opportunity in the mud here. The ruts are pretty big, as I could tell when I went through with the Jeep, and so we're going to see if the Sequoia can make it here. And it did not. We're stuck. Couldn't quite get through. Very close. Didn't really back up and give it another try because we were in a real good spot to hook up the Jeep and just kind of hook up the kinetic rope and pull it out. So I think we're going to leave it here and do that.
Okay, so we tried to attempt it to take the Sequoia through. Fail. It is 7:50. The sun is getting lower in the sky. The kids are definitely done. And here Chris is getting the recovery gear, and we're gonna try to winch us out and hope that this trail doesn't have any more of this nonsense on it.
So we hook up the Jeep and we get the Sequoia pulled out. Didn't get any footage of it or the rest of the trail, but it was a fun trail. We were back there. Ended up pulling in kind of late to the hotel. And this was the vehicles the next morning. A lot of fun. And our next stop will be Table Mesa Road to get our first Jeep badge. So a lot of fun and looking forward to a good day 2. Alright, so we just unhooked. We got old Pinky Pepto unhooked. We're here at Table Mesa Road. We're going to go up and see what it's about. Hopefully the Sequoia can make it up. But we've unhooked it. We're ready to roll. And we're going to go up 4.5 miles there, 4.5 miles back. Earn our first Jeep badge hopefully on this trip. So here we go. Our camera ran out of battery, so unfortunately we didn't get any footage of Table Mesa Road. After doing the Table Mesa Road trail, we headed north into Cave Springs Campground. That's where we stayed for our first 2 nights of camping, and we're excited to pull into camp, excited to get set up and hopefully have a good meal, set up the tent, just enjoy some camping, some being outside, a little bit of fun together around the campsite there. So from Table Mesa Road, we went into Sedona. Beautiful drive into Sedona. Wonderful scenery in the Red Rock there. And we ended up setting up camp, our first night of camping. We got a place at Cave Springs Campground. It was a real nice campground. And here we are, we're setting up our tent. This is the Gazelle T8 tent that we bought back in January. Haven't been able to use it, and this was our first time using it, but we're really happy with this tent so far. It did great on this trip. It's very spacious. It pops open really quickly. Once we got into it, I set this tent up by myself now in a couple minutes. It comes down in the same amount of time, a couple minutes, and just a really good tent. Really roomy on the inside, a lot of pockets and storage area for your gear and stuff. And the second night we were here at Cave Springs, it just poured. It poured from probably 5 or 6 till 7 or 8 the next morning, and just stayed dry. The tent stayed dry. Everything inside stayed dry, and we're really happy with this purchase. I think all the other days we went camping, it just got faster to set up, faster to take down, kept us dry the whole time, plenty of room for our stuff. We sleep, our whole family at this point, on one half of the tent. Then the other half we just leave open to put all of our stuff in it, put some chairs in there, little camp chairs and clothes and everything, and it just worked out really nice. So that's the Gazelle T8, and we really like it.
Gonna make some mac and cheese on our grill here. We got a stone propane grill that we just put a rack over our burner so that we could actually put a pot on it. We're not sure, it could work on the stone, I guess, but we haven't tried it yet. So doing this because we think it'll work better. And then we're gonna put the stone on it and cook up some sausage and bell pepper and onion.
Here we are walking a little bit of the trails around our campsite, enjoying a little bit more of a slow morning after 2 days of a lot more traveling. Let the kids get out and just do some looking around and have a little bit of fun. Pine cones.
3.
After exploring around the campsite, then we're gonna head back and see what Joy's making for breakfast.
So we're making, the kids love McDonald's sausage McMuffins. So I make them at home all the time. Just regular old breakfast sausage patty. And then we're gonna cook them up here on the Cook It Up. Cook it up, and then we have some muffins, some just English muffins that we're gonna toast up on the other side, slap a slice of cheese on it, and we got breakfast for everybody. So do you want to get out one of the knives from our silverware pouch right here and butter it? All right, so now we're just gonna take our muffins and butter both sides, and we're gonna toast them up on our Cook It Up. Just gonna lay them down flat on the Cook It All. Alright, so our bread is toasted. Look, I'll show you. Look at that. Look at that. Beautifully toasted. Not so beautifully toasted, but we're going to run with it. And then you're just going to slap that on. Can you give me a slice of cheese? And then we're going to slap a slice of American cheese. And we got a McDonald's sausage McMuffin in the wild.
One sandwich done.
We're gonna eat breakfast here. Some good sausage sandwiches, eat some fresh cherries. And after finishing up breakfast here, we're gonna stay here another night so we don't have to pack up camp. But we're gonna load into the Jeep, no Pepto, and we're gonna go check out Sedona. We're going to try to get our second Jeep badge on Schnebly Hill, I think is how you pronounce it. We're going to go hit that trail and see if we can get our second Jeep badge. So that's what's up after this. Alright, so this morning we're going to go to Schnebly Hill Road. I don't know, earn our second Jeep badge. We're going to check it out. Hopefully we'll get some footage on the trail, but that's the plan for today. Then go down to Sedona and hopefully find some other cool trails to get into.
This was one of my favorite trails that we did. It wasn't a whole lot of crazy obstacles, but the scenery was just really, really pretty. I got great pictures of the kids and the family up here where you would not have been able to go without four-wheel drive, so it was a lot of fun. The kids had a lot of fun. We're able to pull off a little ways up and eat some lunch, some crackers, some cheese, pepperonis, our go-to lunch on the road. But it was really a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful trail.
pulled off about halfway up, maybe not quite halfway up, to just snack, get some pepperoni, some crackers, and cheese. Stopped here in this nice little flat spot. We did get to eat a little bit, but really right as we pulled up, it started to rain, and so we kind of ate in the rain a little bit, stood under the Jeep, and then just kind of got back in and pushed on up the trail. It just really was a beautiful place. Talking about so much redwood, kind of some landscapes that we had never seen before, and I don't know, just really breathtaking. The trail was wonderful. The rain was actually kind of welcomed. We don't have air conditioning in the Jeep. It's a 95 YJ, has no AC, but between the cloud cover and the rain, few showers that we got, stayed cool even in late July, and so it was really nice. We saw a number of these side-by-sides, and then we saw tour Jeeps. Only saw a few personal vehicles. The trail certainly wasn't overcrowded, but we did see people there. It was really nice. We drove all the way up to the top. Could have come back down I-17, but instead we turned around and came back down and just rode the trail again. It gave us a completely different view coming back, coming out of all the trees and looking over as it opens up into all the redwood, and just a beautiful trail. A lot of fun. Really enjoyed it, and probably took us 2 hours, 2.5 hours maybe in total, there and back. And you know, we stopped at a number of places. We took pictures. We snacked a little bit here and there. The kids got out and played around a little bit, and we just explored, did some exploring, but had a lot of fun. Definitely a trail that I'd recommend. It wasn't very difficult, but just the scenery and the view was wonderful. And so if you're ever in the Sedona area, I'd encourage anybody to look it up and check it out. From the trail here, when the trail finishes, and right as we got down to the bottom, it started to rain. We were heading to Safeway to refill the cooler, and it started raining, and on the way back to the camp, I mean, it was just pouring down rain, and so we couldn't see anything. Nobody could see anything. Just creeping along back to the campground from Safeway, and when we got back, hoping our stuff would be all in good shape, and the canopy was not. This is a canopy that we actually got out of a dumpster. It was taken to the beach. A leg was broken on it. We pulled it out of the dumpster and were able to fix it. And it's been a good little canopy, but the top is kind of loose, and it just gathered a bunch of rain and collapsed on itself. We did get a little bit of water in the tent. My fault, because I left the door open. I just closed the screen part, and so we got a little bit right there by the door. But other than that, everything was dry and good. The plan from here was to go, we were going to camp in the Grand Canyon at the end of Diamond Creek Road near Peach Springs. We got there. They wouldn't sell us a permit to drive on the road because fear of flooding from the weather that was supposed to be coming. So instead of staying there, we went straight to the Grand Canyon and just saw the magnificent, beautiful Grand Canyon, and that ended up being our next stop.
People hike down there. They hike all the way down and hike all the way back up. Yeah. All right, so earlier today, we went to the Grand Canyon, and now we are at Sunset Volcano. This is just an overlook. Right behind me, I believe, if I can get it, is the actual volcano, but I don't know if you can check it out. This is one of the brightest rainbows I've ever seen. Pretty awesome. We just had a little rain shower that went through here. And then all this behind me is lava flow. Pretty cool. We're gonna be setting up camp at the base down here at a campsite called Bonito, I think. But anyways, pretty cool stuff.
This is absolutely beautiful. This is exactly the kind of stuff we were hoping to see. Very excited. We got to see just some cool places, just magnificent. Good morning, everybody. Just wanted to check in this morning. This is Bonito Campground where we stayed last night. Really kind of a, I don't know, I think it's a cool campground. I think it's maybe underrated. We didn't hear anything about it, but and the whole campground is covered in like volcanic ash, rock from the Sunset Crater, which was basically right at the base of, and it just makes for a really cool campground. Actually pretty clean, no dirt and sand on your chairs when you're getting in your tent. Just everything cleans off really easy. I actually really enjoyed this campground a lot more than I thought I would. I wasn't that interested in it yesterday, but today and last night is a unique setup, and really cool in the Sunset Crater. Really cool. We'd never heard about those. We just kind of lucked into them, and I think they're kind of underrated and pretty sweet. So we're gonna get breakfast this morning, pack up, and head to Albuquerque. Hopefully finding some cool things on the way. But I just wanted to a little shout out to this this little campground, because we think it's kind of cool. Big tall pines and just a nice place to stay. So there you go. Only 2 days left. Kind of sad, but hopefully we'll still have some fun. And look at this place, guys. This is beautiful. This is right behind our campsite. Just really cool stuff. Beautiful. Just beautiful. Guys, after packing up camp, we went to Meteor Crater was our next stop, and it is amazing place. Totally underrated. It was a lot of fun. Kids had a blast, but this thing was huge. The cameras do not do it justice. The hole was just huge. From what I understand, this is the largest, most well-preserved meteor crater in the world, and it is absolutely stunning. You've got to check it out. Next stop from the meteor crater will be Petrified Forest.
Made it to the Petrified Forest. Checking it out on our way to Albuquerque's, where we'll stay tonight. Albuquerque area. Good stuff. Got the kids up there. Joy up there. Petrified Forest. Saw Meteor Crater this morning. That was pretty sweet. Now here we are at the Petrified Forest. Maybe I can say Petrified Forest again. Petrified Forest. Yep.
Having the opportunity to get out here and enjoy some of these places, just appreciate some of this stuff, is something I am so grateful for. It was amazing. If you guys ever have the opportunity to get out and check some of these places out and just appreciate them, you will not regret it. It will be absolutely amazing and really opportunity of a lifetime, to be honest. From the Petrified Forest and the Painted Desert, we explored, checked them out, really enjoyed it. It's a beautiful place. If you're thinking about getting out and doing something, going to some of these places, I would just say go. Do it. You won't regret it. It's not hard. It's easy. You know, go check it out and just do it. From here, we ended up staying at a campsite, Bottomless Lakes in New Mexico. Didn't get any footage of that day. But we made reservations to go to Carlsbad Cavern, and that's what we did the following day, and that'll be our next stop here. We made it to Carlsbad the next day. We ended up having to get reservations, and we ended up getting like an 11:30 time when we were allowed to go down into the caves, and that's what we did. We're here at Carlsbad Cavern. We made it. We're going to go out and check the cave out down there.
And also, this is our last day.
This is the last day, and we'll head home after this.
Let's be there. Can I go back, Texas?
Going down. There, down there. Carlsbad Cavern National Park was a lot like our other stops in that it was just breathtaking, an amazing place. The beauty and the nature is mind-blowing. The cameras just can't do it justice. I'd encourage anybody to go check this place out, or any of the places that we went on this trip. They were wonderful and amazing, and you can't appreciate them unless you go there. So from Carlsbad, we made the trip home and got in at about 11:30, and that was our trip. Well, there you go, guys. That was our Grand Canyon trip. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. There will be more to come, and looking forward to seeing what kind of adventures we can have next.